Hello there, 2E0FGX here. Tonight, started on a build, making a battery pack. I'm going to use it for my SOTA and a radio, a portable. So lithium, going to be a lithium iron phosphate. These are the cells. They are the 18650 size, like you get in vape pens, torches, laptop batteries. But they're not the same. It's a different chemistry, which is lithium iron phosphate, not lithium ion or lithium ion polymer type batteries. It's a different chemistry. The lithium ions are 3.7 volts each nominal voltage. These are 3.2. Because going for the different chemistry, because some of my radios, like this little radio here, little Yaesu, and use it on the same principle for that. You don't really want too high a voltage. You ideally want around 13 volts, 12 to 13 volts. And if you do 3.2 volts times 4, because I'm trying to make around that sort of voltage, this would be a 4 cell, which would be 12.8 volts. But what the idea is if you join them in parallel, like here, say positive, positive, negative, negative, but times 4. So you've got all these oranges, these are positives, or the black is all the negatives. So that pack is still 3.2 volts, but the ampage has been upped. I can't remember what exactly the ampage of the cells are. I did write it down, but I've lost it. I think that it was at least 1.2 amp hours per cell. So that would, in theory, that would be 4.8 amp hours minimum, but that's only 3.2 volts. So basically, yeah, so if you connect battery technology, if you basically connect two cells together, so positive to positive, negative to negative, you just up the ampage, which is in series. So for example here, you say for example they're 1.5 amp. If you times that by 2, you get 3 amp hours. But still 3.2 volts. But this is what you do to increase the volts. You connect them in series. So say that's the positive terminal on your battery. That's your negative terminal. You connect. This is just doing 2, obviously. So you go negative at the top of the bottom of the first one to the positive on the second one. And you basically times it by 2, so 3.2 times 2, 6.4 volts, basically. So I'm going to connect. I'm basically going to put 4 together in parallel to increase the ampage. So I will have at least 4.8. As I say, I can't remember exactly what the ampage is, but I know it's minimum 1.2. So 4.8 amps minimum, and I'll obviously times that by 4 by adding 4 of those packs in series, which would give you 12.8 volts. Yes, and that's a good one here. So 4 cell, 4 pack, 12.8 volts, 4.8 amp hours minimum, basically. So to done that, I got this kit here. So these caps here. Basically, you've got spring-loaded pins in for the contacts, and they're like little contacts there, and you've got like little dovetails, so you can join them together like I've done here, and you get a load of these buzz bars and little nuts. And this is just for an idea. You put it across that. Obviously that's obviously in parallel. So basically the next pack would be the other way around. So you'd have the positives down here, negatives up there. So say this is the negative end of your pack. We'll go through, so negative at the bottom, we'll go through to positive, and you go negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. And obviously the positive end would be obviously your positive of the battery, and the negative would be the bottom part, obviously the negative of the battery. So what I'll show you is just to prove it that all those joints will join together is the same voltage as one cell. I will get the multimeter and I'll show you briefly. Right, so I've got the multimeter set to voltage. You've got the negative probe on the negative, let's be positive. Yeah. So it's 3.2 nominal, which is the normal voltage, so it'd be a little bit high when it's charged, but these cells have been resting for quite some time. So once the pack's built, I will do a charge. Yeah, so 3.3 volts. So what I do is, you do as well, I've got a little hobby charger, which what you have balance charging. And basically you would have this plug in this lead, and it senses each cell. So basically figure that as one cell. It will basically float charge all between every cell, so they're all equal. And it's obviously equal, so that's why it's called balance charging. But we'll show you a bit on that later on further down the build. So I'm going to put the main body of the pack together, and we'll show you that in a few minutes. Right, it was more than 5 minutes to build it, but yeah, it's all bolted together. So basically this side you've got positive, which will be the main positive of the battery, and the main negative of the battery. So you've got positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. I'll show you, see what I mean? And you link them all together. What I did find, I thought these were 6mm nuts, but they weren't, 5.5. But looking through my toolbox on tools, I found out I still had a little nut driver kit for any of those who used to be into your RC models, or still is. Dynamite, sorry. Which, lucky for me, quite a good little kit at the time. I had this, so 5.5mm nut driver, so much easier this made it. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so the main advantage is building this out of cells. Basically I had a 12 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery, which I bought commercially. Had it a while, and it had a funny turn. Basically there's a battery management system, BMS, inside that played up, and a few cells went wrong as well. So what I'd done is I stripped it down, took all the good cells, bought some new wraps, heat shrink, which I have with me here, singly. I re-wrapped them all the good ones, charged them on my hobby charger, which is an IMAX B6, each cell individually, and then I let them rest for 2 to 3 weeks, and I had about, I think yeah, about a 0.04 of a tolerance, which I then, the ones that are out that range, I recycled as you're meant to do. And the main advantage why I decided to do this, because I had these loads of cells kicking around. I know I could have gone out and bought a 4-cell lithium iron phosphate battery, like a hobby one, but there's a company called Hobby King that they have been unavailable, no longer being made. So I didn't want to buy another big 12 amp hour one. I wanted a smaller one. And the advantage with these is that it can be obviously built to what size you want also. And the main reason I had bought one of those jump packs, those lithium ion jump packs, which I basically had, well, they used 12 volt out, and it said it was 10,000 milliamp hour, so it's a 10 amp. And what I found out, it is even going directly to the jump port with an adapter that I made, to go to a 12-volt cigarette lighter, then my phone into it. It was no way 10 amp hours because it only charged my phone twice, and my phone battery isn't even over 1 amp. So false advertising. It may have been to 10 amps or 10 amp hours from the jump point of view. I'm not sure without doing any more research and testing. But I thought, I'm not buying another one to do the same thing. So I decided to build one of these packs. And the lithium iron phosphate chemistry compared to the lithium iron, it's a safer chemistry, it is. But yeah, so the normal voltage, the normal voltage is 3.2 volts. Max is 3.6 volts. So max fully charged, you're going to get around 14.4 volts. Obviously, I needed to fit all the leads, balance cables, and do a proper balance charge on it, slow balance charge. Yeah, so I'm just going to get the multimeter set up and we'll see what the voltage is. I expect it's going to be around 14 volts ish, because these have been stood around for about 2 or 3 months, so they could do with being charged, to be honest. Yeah, so not too heavy, but yeah, so there you go. What I'll do as well, this is going to be a bit of a couple of part video because I'm waiting on some parts to turn up, waiting for some connections to turn up, and then I need to order a battery sort of management, voltage management, amp management system panel to keep an eye on the voltage. But so yeah, it's going to be probably a 2 or 3 part video. We will see what it's going to be. Right, we'll get them on multimeter and see what the final voltage is. Right, got the multimeter on, set it to volts. Got a positive on a positive, negative on negative. .3 volts. So they're above the nominal voltage, but not the max voltage. Oh, must be coming off. Yeah, 13.35 volts. Which would be plenty. Obviously, it's not fully charged yet, but we will charge it up once we've finished the build. So this will be part 1. A minute. Next part will be fitting the balance cables and the mains power in and out cables. So until further down the build, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to like and subscribe or dislike, but please mention why you want to dislike. I'm no expert on this, but it's a hobby at the end of the day. It's learning something new, learning a new skill, and furthering my expertise in this sort of technology. But yeah, so it's not just for amateur radio, so you can use it. A lot of the people use this sort of technology on the e-bikes as well. Some of your wild campers can use this as well. You can even use it on little boats and things like that for power. So very versatile. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. Until next time, all the best.